Go on. Push it in.
How you going, guys? Curtis from Cutting Edge Engineering. As you might remember, in a previous video I did mention that we need to do some repairs on the universal head on our Zayer milling machine. The problems we have is it does have a set of noisy bearings in it that need to be addressed, and I've also noticed that the spindle is not contacting the arbors correctly. It looks like someone has put an arbor in there, not tightened it up properly, run the machine, and has worn a bit of a groove in the spindle nose. But we are using this every day, and it does get used a lot more than our Bridgeport style mill. So to avoid it being out of action while we carry out the repairs, we actually have another universal head that we're going to be rebuilding to replace this one for the time being. Does that sound bothering you? Would you like me to fix it?
Yes, it's time.
Okay, we'll go fix it.
I will, but no rocking it. Don't rock it, okay? Okay. It wobbles. Stop. Okay.
You don't want to go back there and let me
No.
go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's not worse than last.
Oh my god. Oh, this thing wobbles so badly already.
If something goes wrong, just run onto the roof.
Oh.
Stay there.
I'm not moving. There we go.
Squeaky. Gone.
All the solar panels. Oh, here comes the train. Yeah. Okay.
Want to go back there?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oi, stop moving. Don't. Isn't it funny?
Right, I just want to go check something.
No, we're just going down, please. He thinks this is great.
This is hilarious.
Eh.
Now you can put the scissors back.
There we go.
Now that we've sorted out our squeaky windsock, we're going to get this on the bench and get it disassembled. So even though this came off a Zayer, it did come off a knee style machine, and there are a few little differences. Like there is no inspection port in the top of the head, and it is a slightly different shape up there. But the critical things like the bolt pattern that is used to bolt onto the ram and the drive coupling are the exact same as what's on our Zayer. So this head could be perfectly fine and fully functional, but because we've never run it and it did come off a scrap machine, I don't want to put it on our Zayer and find out it doesn't work. I've never rebuilt a universal head off a Zayer milling machine before, so it's going to be interesting to see what's inside. The first thing we're going to do is undo the 4 main nuts, then we should be able to separate the 2 halves.
So, should just come apart. Maybe. Was that doing anything?
It's just a vent.
What? Is that got like
It's got
gauze?
gauze in it.
Yeah.
So it's just a vent to let pressure out.
Jeffrey. Oh, it's his breakfast time.
When I go feed him, I'm just going to microwave again.
Okay. Hi. Oh. See ya. Not at all, okay. Is that broken?
There should be a nut on that, holding that in the gear. So what just fell out was the drive coupling and the spline. There should be a nut on there retaining the shaft into its gear, but clearly it's not on there, which means it's still in the head.
Ew. Ew. That's gross. Is that just grease?
No. That's the little locking washer for my nut that I'm missing from the other side. So we finally got those two halves apart. Inside does look pretty bad. There is a lot of murky, horrible looking oil. That should be full of nice clean grease. It does look like it's been full of water for a long time. I'd say it got in through the breather on the top of the head, and the surface rust on the gears is pretty bad. So we're just gonna have to get this apart and see how far the damage goes.
Oh, bearing, is it?
Thrust bearings. So in this gear we have a thrust bearing and a needle bearing on the inside for the opposing shaft.
Okay.
So this other gear has got quite a lot of rust on it. Hopefully it didn't cause too much pitting or damage, and we'll be able to clean it up.
Good thing you didn't try to work it out.
I reckon.
Yuck, man.
There's my nut.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Undo that crown, take that off.
Yuck.
So that oil does smell pretty burnt and pretty ugly. I'd say it's been run for a long time without any oil or lubrication, and it probably got a little bit hot.
Oh, ew. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so That was the grease, okay. Wow. Weird smell.
Very unique.
Ew. Oh man. Oh my god.
This gets better and better. So that's all the parts removed while it's in this position. I am quite surprised at the condition of the inside of it. It's a good thing we didn't put it on the machine and run it because it just would have come apart. I'm a little bit concerned about the gears. Until we clean them up, we're not going to know what sort of condition they're in. But we're going to continue on with the disassembly. So we'll get this flipped over and keep going.
Ooh, hang on.
So I did manage to get those thrust bearings out, but I did damage them, but they were already full of water and the needles were all rusty, so we weren't going to reuse them anyway. They are a little bit unique because they are a needle bearing with a thrust bearing attached, so we're going to have to see if we can find replacements. Now that that's this half completely disassembled, we can move on to the other half. Sit. Stop. Stop. Good. So it does look like this bottom cover has been apart before because on the end of that bolt is ultra blue, and I'm pretty sure Zayer never used that. What ultra blue is an RTV sealant used to seal off flanges.
Oh, whoa.
So there is more of that ultra blue in between those two sealing faces, and there is also a rotating pressure seal. And I'd say they've had this apart to replace that seal. It's a little bit crunchy. Whoop. Kidding.
Is that one different?
It is. That's original. That's not.
Yep, just slightly different.
Well, one's imperial, one's metric. So with that top plate off, we've exposed the top of the spindle, and you can actually see they have used a split nut in order to lock the spindle bearing preload in place. The way they do that is the nut has 2 cuts down either side of it and then 4 holes threaded into it, and as they tighten in those bolts, it pulls or squashes the 2 parts together, locking those threads.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So we need to rotate that around until we find which one of these tags is in that nut.
No, that's like half in it. Not really.
If it's bent up,
Nah, that's not in there.
that's not it.
Nah. That's it, this one here. Keep going, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it is moved.
That's it. Now with that nut undone, we should be able to drive out the spindle.
What? Is that broken?
No, there's shims to set the preload.
Okay, don't lose them, I guess.
We'll have to redo them anyway.
Whoa! That's cool. Some more shims. Oh, that's the nut. Whoa.
Change the gear. Righto guys, so that's the universal head pretty much completely disassembled except for a couple of bearings that are still in place. But before I go any further with it, I am going to use a wire wheel on a bench grinder and clean up the gears and see what sort of condition they are in. But before I do that, I'm going to give them a wash in the parts washer.
Is that broken?
Yeah, in there.
Alright, turn it off.
That's very unfortunate. So I'm not going to go any further with this gear because the rust pitting is very severe and there are a few teeth that are actually chipped. That means there's no point us using this. We're going to clean up the rest of them and see what they look like. Cooked. Righto guys, so we've quickly come to the conclusion that this is as far as we're going to go with the rebuild today. Those gears are absolutely destroyed. The rust pitting is so deep it is underneath the hardened layer, which means if I try to reuse them, they're just going to come apart and break something else. The chips in the gears I'm not overly surprised about considering we are missing half of a locking washer, and we know the machine didn't have a very good life either. I did get that from a scrapyard, and the reason it was there is the feed box was completely smashed out of it. But we're not going to write this off just yet. I'm going to spend a little bit of time to see if I can find replacement gears and get some prices to see what it would cost to have them made. Depending on that will depend on whether we can rebuild this at all. And we are willing to spend a little bit of money on this to get it rebuilt to have a spare head for our Zayer, because if that machine was to go down, it would be very costly for our business. But now that we've got it apart, we can go through the motions of identifying and sourcing all of the bearings that we're going to need, so when we do rebuild our Zayer universal head, that will limit our downtime. So you'll have to keep your eye out for a future video where we're either continuing the rebuild on this one or rebuilding the one on our Zayer. Thanks for watching.
There's a thing there, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, oh okay.
Enough?
Not just give me a second. I gotta get the shot.
Get that shot.
What shot?
Right.
Oh, I was trying. I don't want to move my feet though.
Just turn around.
I'm not turning around.
Righto. Help.
I think we need to clean it up. Should it be oil or grease?
It should be grease.
Is that water maybe in it? No? Oh, oh god.
Nah.
Far out.
Too much Taco Bell.
Oh, yuck. Wait, it looks like a toilet.
Someone had a bad time on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, cover them up.
Do you need like a
I just
bucket?
gotta pull it all out.
And put it where?
On the bench, and I can get it off the bench.
Okay.
Oh no, I ripped my glove.
Oh, jeez. Gloves are getting a workout today. What's this, a third pair?
Third pair. I'll flip it over.
Do you want to wipe that out at all?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Got to be kidding me.